Okay, guys, so here's what we're going to do. We are actually going to take a couple of different lessons and put them together today. That's what this is all about. So we've already built our number line. We should have an idea, right? The little long, skinny, folded number line we built. We know that the folds, right? The folds represent how many sections there were after it was folded, and then the numbers, right, represent how many different sections there were. The numerators represent how many sections you go over from, for example, 0. Okay. Then we also, right, combined integers in chapter 3. Okay, and just regular integers. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to see this lesson is going to be the two of them combined, as well as, I should say, adding and subtracting integers on a number line. So I'm going to walk you guys through this. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead, and if you're not already there, remember it. We're going to take a look at page 281. All right, and let's go ahead and let's take a look at problem number 2. Okay, so problem number 2, the directions say work with a partner. Use a number line to add or subtract, write in simplest form. Okay, so here's what number 2 was. Okay, number 2 was -3/7 plus -1/7. Okay, so they also give you a number line right there. I'm going to build my own on here. And on that number line, let's see, there was a 0 here, about right there. And then there were 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4 lines here. And 6 going left, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? So yours is already built, of course. All right, so here we go. Okay, step 1. It's a pretty important step to be able to even get this started correctly. When it comes to this number line, we got to number this number line first. So the nice part about this lesson is the denominators are actually the same. We don't have to worry about finding a common denominator right now. They're the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that denominator, and when we number it, we're going to use, why number it with fourths, right? Because that wouldn't make sense. We're graphing something that is in sevenths, meaning like the paper is folded into 7 sections. So like our number line, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put our denominators as 7. Now, considering I'm going to start with going to the right of 0, I'm going to have 1/7, 2/7, 3/7, and 4/7. Okay? It's all 7s because that's what our problem is. Now, of course, we need to go to the negative side as well. So just remember, a little practicing dealing with negatives. These are also 7s. But remember, there's 2 differences on the negative side. First of all, they're all negatives. In this case, it'll be negative numerators. And the second thing is we number right to left. So meaning we go this way. So -1/7, -2/7, -3/7, -4/7, -5/7, and -6/7. Okay? So remember, use the denominators, the bottom numbers in your fraction, and use that same denominator on your number line, okay? And then basically you number it going from there. Little challenge, I don't know if it's a challenge question, but guys, what would be after -6/7 to the left? -7/7, or no, Jay, -1, right? -1. Okay, so all right. Anyway, that was just a little side note there. So here we go. So here's what step 2 is. We talked about this earlier, right? And that is we're going to go ahead and circle our fractions with the sign that's just to the left of it. So 3/7 has a negative value. Be very careful. Please don't just get careless and circle everything, because that tells me you're not paying attention to what you're circling and you're not going to be careful, and therefore you might build your T-chart incorrectly. So I'm going to circle my 1/7 with my negative. Bless you. Okay, now with this particular one, we're actually not building a T-chart. That will come in a later lesson. But for this particular one, here's what we're going to do. Step 3 is we are going to graph. And now listen, I'm not going to go, I'll just point an arrow at the graph. We're not going to go into detail because, guys, we've already graphed a number of different times this school year, right? We graphed using just regular numbers the first week of school as part of Unit 0, okay, regular positive numbers. We graphed, of course, when we were adding integers, and then we graphed when we were subtracting integers. We've done it 3 different times with number lines, okay? So in this particular case, there's not much that's different other than the way this thing's numbered, okay? Now watch what I'm talking about. The very first one says, remember, negatives or subtraction signs means I'm going left 3/7. So if each one of these is 1/7, that means I'm going from 0, 1, 2, 3 to 3/7, left 3/7. Then my next one says I'm going left 1 more 7th. So from here, I go left with my arrow 1 more 7th. Now make sure you guys please do this. We get so wrapped up in the number line, and the number line is probably one of the most important things in this lesson, but we also need to put our answer. And of course that last arrow is even with our negative 4/7, and there is our answer. So, before I let you guys try one, questions?
Do we have to do it like that? Like, can we write our answers like this? Like 4/7.
Yeah. The only difference is yours is the slash is diagonal, right? And that's another way of writing your fraction. That's okay. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Okay. All right. Here we go. I want you guys to try. I'll give you guys a minute, and I'll check on you in 1 minute because you have to number the number line. So. Take a little while. Just do the first one, number 1, all right, on page 281. Okay, go. Okay, go back and make sure you did it correctly and put all those steps, okay? Okay, then you'll have to wait until I get to it. Okay, you could do it on another piece of paper if you like. Okay. How many of you need more time? Okay. All right. I'll give you about 30 more seconds. Okay. The similar ones, guys, if you're done, go ahead and work ahead on your homework. Do the ones that are similar to that. Okay, guys. Okay, turn to your neighbor. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you guys a little more time than usual to share with your neighbor, and here's why. Because I want you, to, of course, to share your answer. But it's very important. I want you to share 2 more things. I want you to share, make sure that your neighbor circled their fractions in their problem correctly. And I want you to make sure that the number line is numbered correctly. So you guys are going to share each other's work with each other as well as just the answer. Okay? 30 seconds. Turn to your assigned neighbor and share. Go. I'll give you a minute. Sorry. 1 minute.
After that, I think it's like 6, 6, 1, 6, 2. I did. So I graphed it, I circled my integers, and then I graphed and got my answer, 3 fifths. You want to share the answer too?
Okay, here we go. So, problem number 1 was 1/5 plus 2/5. Let's go ahead and continue to work. Okay, guys, here we go. So we have, I'm going to just walk through our steps, right? We had our number line. And 0 is about right over here. And then there were, what, 2 lines to the left. And there were 8 lines to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then, so step 1, right, is it's in fifths. So I'm going to number it in fifths. So I have, in this case, I'm going positive side first. I'll go 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5, 6/5, 7/5, 8/5. Someone yesterday said, well, Mr. Wilkins, is it okay once we get here we can write it in mixed numbers? That's fine. Okay, I'm okay with that. Here we go. Going left, right? Also in fifths, remember, should be negatives, and we number it the opposite way, going left. So -1/5, -2/5. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead, circle my integers, or in this case my fractions with the sign in front. It happens to be they're both positive, right? Now hopefully if you looked at this without even graphing, you know what the answer is. That's not quite what they want. They want you to use the number line for some easy practice. So that's why you were expected to show it on the number line. So 1/5, it's positive, I'm going to the right, 1/5. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the right 2/5 from here. So 1, 2. And of course, we go ahead and write our final answer, and that is 3/5. Okay, questions? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at number 6 on 281. Number 6. Okay, so here we go. Number 6 was 4/7 minus 6/7. This one's a little different though, right? Because all of a sudden we have a vertical number line. Okay? And the main time we've dealt with vertical number lines was when we're talking about coordinate graphing, right? And it's very similar. So we have a 0 right about here, and below there's 1, 2, 3. Above there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So I take a look at number 6. It's in sevenths. Now, just like above sea level and below sea level, all right, 0 being sea level, I'm going to put positives going up, negatives going down. So they are sevenths. So our first one is 1/7, second one is 2/7, 3/7, 4/7, 5/7. Going down is negative 1/7, negative 2/7, negative 3/7. Okay, now I can tell you on the upcoming test, you're going to have the Unit 1 test, which is on Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. You're going to have number lines. You'll see vertical, and you'll see more of these as the year goes on. So it's basically the same thing. Here's the only difference, okay? So go ahead, we circle our numbers, and you're going to notice that these steps are exactly the same steps as before, all right? And then step 3 is we're going to graph. So we're going to start off at 0, but instead of going right for positive, we're going to go up for positive. Instead of going left for negative, we're going down for negative. So starting out 0, this is a positive 4/7. I'm going to go up 4/7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? From this spot, it's a negative 6/7. I'm going down 6/7. So from here I go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And step 4, write your final answer. It is a negative 2/7. All right, questions on that one? Okay, here's what I want you guys to try out. I'll give you guys a minute. I'll check in with you. Problem number 5. Number 5. Go. Okay, how many of you need more time? Okay. Check in with you in about 30 seconds. Okay. All right, so I'll give you guys another minute to share. Again, the same 3 things. Make sure you can share your answer first, but make sure that the number line was numbered the correct way, and make sure that the numbers were circled the right way, the fractions. All right, 1 minute. Go ahead and turn to your neighbor and share. Go.
I got 1/9 because I went down from 0 to 9/4 and went up and went to 1/9. Four nines.
Okay. Sounds like everyone's done sharing, so here we go. All right, so on number 5, right? Number 5 was negative 4/9 plus 5/9. Okay? And our number line that they have already pre-built for you guys, there was a 0 up here. There looked like there was 1 line up and 7 lines down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so here's my first question. I'm going to pull a stick, so listen carefully. Okay? My first question is tell me tell me when we number our number line, which denominator are we going to use, and how do you know? So which denominator, when we number our number line, which denominator, the bottom number, what is it going to be, and how do you know? All right, here we go. Okay, seat 18. So when we build our fractions next to the number line, what's going to be the bottom number? The number that's on the what? Where? So it's going to be 7s or 5s or what? I have a lot of fractions up here. What did you have down? Okay, what did your neighbor say when you shared? Okay, please make sure that's why you need to be careful with stuff like that. Okay. Seat 11.
It's number 9 because in the problem it says 4 9 for 5 cents.
Okay, agree, disagree. What do you guys think? All right, nicely done. It's easy enough, right? The problem has 9ths, so our denominator has 9ths. All right, good. Almost all of you guys seem like you had your thumb up. So 9. So we're going up. It's positive, right? When we went down, it should have been negative. We start right here: negative 1/9, negative 2/9, negative 3/9, negative 4/9, negative 5/9, negative 6/9, and negative 7/9. Okay, some of these could even be reduced, right? We don't want to because we want them to all be 9s, but they still could be reduced. Okay, so when I come up here, the next question is I want you to tell me, when I circle them, what should I circle? All right, when I circle, that's the question. That next stick I'm going to pull. When I circle them, what should I circle? Okay, here we go. Seat 10. Like that? Agree, disagree? What do you guys think? Okay. All right, nicely done. All right, guys, there were some people that didn't have thumbs up. I'm assuming that was a disagreement. That's what I'll always take it as. So questions about that? That's very, very important. I'm telling you, this early in the school year. Do you always have to do that? No. But we're trying to train ourselves to see the positive and negative values when we're combining fractions or integers. So, and some of us definitely, a lot of us, according to the test, still need that. So that's what I'm trying to help you with. So if you don't understand that part of it, please see me about it. Okay? So here we go. Actually, before I even graph it, the next question is this: what is your final answer? All right. So here we go. All right. Seat 34. Positive or negative? Positive 1/9. Agree, disagree? What do you guys think there? All right, well, let's check it out. See if you guys are right. So we start off at 0, right? We're going down 4. That's what that negative is on a vertical number line. So we start here going down 4/9. So 1/9, 2/9, 3/9, 4/9. Okay? The next one is positive, meaning we're increasing. We're going up 5/9. So from that same spot, we go up 1, 2/9, 3/9, 4/9, 5/9, and 1/9 is our answer. All right, nicely done, guys. Good job. Okay, questions? All right, so that is on, we're going to build on that in our next lesson. But for right now, That's on just using a number line, adding, subtracting fractions, positive, negative fractions, right, on a number line. Okay.